Recorded.
Hi, this is Gürkan. This is another training session, and in this session, I'm going to show you how to use Web API with any development environment. I'm going to use Python today, and another tool. It's a very useful tool. The developers are familiar about Postman, so the Postman is going to show us some code examples for each request. Before starting the demonstration, how to use the API, why we should do it, and how we should use the API. As you remember from the previous training sessions, Capturefast is a document and data capture solution. Here is the application, the cloud application. First of all, to use the web API or from any RPA tool, you need to create an account in Capturefast, and you have to create a document template, a new document type. Here, this is my team, this is my dashboard, and you can see from the previous training sessions, I always use the same document for the student emergency medical form. Now I create a template here just to show you how to use from the API. This emergency medical document is exactly the same as that one, but this one is totally created for web APIs or RPA tools. Why? Because let me show you the very important option here in the first settings. First of all, if you want to see fully automated, you have to click skip verification. If your document is digitally born PDF file, and you want a straightforward automation process, then you have to click this. So with the help of this option, the system will never wait in the verification step, so you will have the results in a couple of seconds. That's why you have to create your template first, and here are the fields. Remember from the other trainings, the fields are the same. Or the other important option to use within the web API, you have to click your destination type as custom. Remember, we have a web service integration here. That is a push service. That means Capturefast is going to push the data, push the extracted data to your clients or a third-party web service. But if you want to consume our web service, Capturefast web service, then you have to click custom. That means when Capturefast processes a document, the data waits a couple of hours or days in the system. So it is, we are expecting, the Capturefast is expecting that your tool, an RPA tool or any other third-party solution, should pull the data. That's why you have to click, you have to keep it in the custom destination type. That's why I created a second emergency medical form to demonstrate the web API. The other thing is here you need to learn, you need to record some information. This is done from the options menu here and the document type even. When you click on it, a small windows displayed, and these in this screen you have two important information. The first one is the team ID. Team ID important because even if the document type IDs are unique in the system, a user can be members of different teams. That's why the team ID and document ID, these two information is extremely important, because when you will see in the usage, you have to provide these two information to send the document, to upload the document into the system. So let's clean the database first. Let's see anything is waiting here in the document section. We have one. Let's remove it and see it. As you can see, there is no any waiting document in the list. Let's go to Jupyter Lab. Here, the system has three main functions. The first function, the first step is you have to provide your username and password to extract, to receive an access token. We are going to use this access token for other functions. Here, I'm going to run this function, and the access token is retrieved. Let's click on it. You can see it is here, and the same code is in the Postman here. You can see, let me maximize it. Here, these are the parameters. The grant type must be password because this function works for other reasons, for other purposes. That's why when you call this function, the system must know that you are trying to grant access. So the second parameter is username. This is exactly the same username while you are using logging into Capturefast. The other one is the password. You have to provide that password. When you run this request, you can see the access token is coming and expires in seconds. Probably that's about 10 hours. You can use the same access token for at least 10 hours. So you don't need to call this function in a day, but I noticed that for every, by the way, this is a standard usage asking for the access token, but I never saw that any software is using the same access token for hours, because logging the usage, keeping the hours is more difficult than asking the access token each time for each function. So I'm gonna use, I always use that. I'm always asking the access token for every request. So this is the access token, and let's go to the Python. The second function is uploading the document. Postman does not provide a byte array, a base 64 conversion. That's why the upload document function is displayed in Python code in JupyterLab. Let's talk one by one, line by line. You can see I have a file. This is the file I always use. The Python code is going to take that, read that file. Base 64 is being used to convert a binary file into web transferable format. So the file content is now in base 64. You can see the headers here, the same as header, and the access token must be used. If you do not provide the access token, the system will reject receiving that file. And as I said before, the parameters are important. The team ID is here, document type ID is here. These information are taken from the web application, and the files. It's an array. You can send multiple files in a single request. But in this example, I am going to upload only one file, and the request is going to be taken and printed here. The request will be as a document ID. The document ID you have to keep in the code, of course. You have to keep that document ID because we are going to use this document ID to extract the information. This one is from the previous one. I'm not going to use it. I'm gonna run this code and the system will upload the document into the system. Here I run it. Okay, we have a new document ID. You can see here. This is the document ID. I will copy in the Postman code here, and look at this. And here is the result. As you see, the system already extracted all the information, and the format is here. The system will send you everything extracted from the system. I especially want to show you the result, the result message, the result code. The result code could be important because when you upload the system, before taking the data, you have to wait some time. It's a couple of minutes, seconds, sorry. But if you send a big data or multiple pages, then you have to wait more. So you have to be careful that the result code is zero before using the extracted data. Here, I am going to upload a new document and skip directly to the retrieval data, and you will see the response. Let's start from scratch. I need access token. This is the access token. I upload the this is the doc ID, and asking to retrieve the data. You can see here the message says that with a number 100, document is not ready yet because I didn't wait enough time. I didn't give enough time to the system to pre-process. Probably it's ready now. When I click on it, the system will display the extracted data. Let's parse them and display in a readable format. You can see everything is here. With the help of Postman, you can use the code section to see the request in different development environment. Here, this is the Python code extracting the data. Here is the document ID, and C# is example is here. By the way, when you purchase Capturefast, we will be providing you the API documentation, and everything is in it with some examples, with some sample codes in the API document. That's it. You can use this API for any integration, including RPA tools or some other third-party solutions. Thank you so much.